Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here. For everyone that's traveled great lengths to celebrate this great day, I'd like to offer a special thank you to each and every one of you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Nick, the older brother of the groom. I'm honored to be here to celebrate Jake and Suzanne today. We all know how important family is in shaping our lives, and today we are here to commemorate the union of these two. So again, thank you for being here. Now, being the best man, I'd like to speak to some of the qualities that Jake has that have shaped him into the person he is today. He is a very honest and selfless person, and he couples these gifts with being fearless and extremely hardworking. Jake is honest to a fault, the fault of Thomas and I. Anytime anything was broken or something went wrong, our parents would ask Jake what happened. When we were kids, everyone joked, saying Jake couldn't tell a lie. The same couldn't be said for Thomas or I. I can remember countless times where our stories didn't align and I could never figure out why. My parents caught on rather quickly, though, and Jake ended up being the spokesperson for the three of us. Jake is also very selfless and has shown this trait in his entire life. If anyone has talked to me in the past couple months, you'll know that I'm having some issues with a leaky roof. Just ask my grandparents. We talk literally every day. I received more phone calls from my grandpa in the past 2 months than I have in my entire life. He's basically come out of retirement and he's back working, which is great for me. One day, Jake and I were talking about how our houses were holding up after one of these recent storms, and I mentioned the leaky roof to him. His very next text stated, "If you want to replace it one weekend, we could. Just let me know. Your roof isn't too steep, right?" His only concern was for our safety, not that the fact that neither of us had done anything to that magnitude before. I was initially shocked by the offer, but knowing him, that shock quickly faded. It's just a reminder of what a great person he's turned out to be. Now, turning back the clock to our childhood, when we were kids, we would always play hide-and-seek tag with our friends in the neighborhood. Jake would always have the best hiding spots, and when he found a good one, he would never come out until we eventually gave up an hour later. Now, our cul-de-sac had a bunch of great spots and huge trees throughout the neighborhood. One day, Jake climbed a literal 100-foot tree just to win because he knew none of the others would have the courage to do so, let alone even be able to. This truly speaks to how fearless he really is. I mean, he risked his life to win a game that meant nothing. He's also an extremely hard-working guy. I can probably count on one hand the amount of times he hung out with me and our friends on the weekends at Cleveland State. He's so dedicated to his future and has been that way for a long time. He pulls 50-hour work weeks like it's nothing and still has time for Suzanne along with his friends and family. And speaking of the bride, isn't that dress amazing? For those of you that don't know, she made that dress herself. She's such a talented and kind person. Welcome to the family. As a kid, I always wanted a sister, and now after many years, I have one. When I found out Thomas was a boy, I threw a fit. I'm not going to tell that one. I know my grandma loves to tell that story, so if you want to hear it, ask her. But yeah, both of our grandparents have been married for nearly 60 years, parents for about 30 years, so you have a wealth of experience in marriage right in front of you, but I know you guys will do great. So if we could all raise a glass, cheers to the newlyweds. Yeah.